You guys want to check out Ariana Grande's girlfriend? You guys want to see my like the how they're doing right now? So let's do the crash and burn of Cynthia Erivo. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but all I know is she's from England. And she's lame, guys. She's lame. She's lame. All right. Let's react to the video. All right, guys. This is Critical Drinker. One of my favorite dudes to react. He's Scottish, I think. That's where he's from. He's from Scotland. I can't do the Scottish accent. I can't do it.
Hollywood that screamed PR liability and keep away from press junkets, it has got to be the Ozempic ravaged form of Cynthia Erivo.
Ariana Grande is cute. All right, she's cute right now. She's cute, but she looks anorexic as fuck. She needs a little bit of like some muscle gain. I think she needs to eat pork or some chicken, some protein, rice. It's concerning. Also, I think this lady, I think she's one of those Psy vampires. You know what a Psy vampire is? I think that's what she is. She sucks the positivity out of the room and just makes you just not want to be there. You just kind of want to put your head in the sand and just cry yourself to sleep at night. I could not stand someone like that just you precious Ariana Grande was hot, like when like she was hot. All right, she's older than me. I think she's 30.
A woman of undeniable talents who rose to prominence in musical theatre and burst into the Hollywood mainstream with Wicked, she was soon showered with accolades and seemed destined to become a major player in the industry. Striking in appearance, intense in her presence, and with a pair of lungs on her that most pop stars could only dream of, Cynthia Erivo really was the full package. But with fame comes scrutiny, and the more people saw and heard of her, the more they wanted to be in a different fucking time zone.
Okay, real quick, I think the nose ring theory is a real thing. All her trauma's there, but I also think she has some trauma on those ears. Like, those ears, like, who, I get putting maybe like one or two on the top part of the ear, but why the heck are you putting all those earrings right there? Like, one is okay, two up here is okay, but all this shit? What the hell? And then the nose ring, I'm sorry, ladies, it's not, look, it's not attractive. It's not attractive. I'm giving you advice, guys, all right? Don't put the nose ring in there. If you want to put the trauma, just don't get a nose ring piercing. Put it somewhere else. Somewhere not visible.
From unprovoked attacks on fans to bizarre outbursts and breakdowns in interviews, the kind of self-aggrandizing attitude that would make Rachel Zegler jealous, to possibly the most unhealthy codependent trauma-bonded relationship in modern history.
Look at Ariana Grande is beautiful. Look at, she has beautiful hair, nice hairdo, you know, the nice chin, one earring right there, no nose ring. She's got a tattoo. I like tattoos. Tattoos are okay. But look at Cynthia. She looks like Nosferatu, honestly. She looks like Nosferatu.
History, Cynthia Erivo went...
She looks like Fiona from Shrek!
From Hollywood's next golden girl to PR disaster in the space of a single year.
Oh my gosh. It's Nosferatu. The vampire. The vampire. The vampire.
It wasn't pretty, in fact it was downright disturbing at times, but it does make for a fascinating episode of Crash and Burn. So let us go back to the beginning, shall we? Cynthia Chinasoakwu Onyedin Manasu Amarachikuku Owezuki Ichimino Erivo. I did...
What? What name is that? Is that like her whole entire like lineage? What the heck was that? I get look, I'm Spanish. I got 2 last names. I don't got like 8. Like what the heck is that? What the heck is that? That's too much. I need a beer. Hold on. I need a beer. I need a beer. Darn it, I don't got beer. All I got is Coke. what the heck is that freaking name? Editor, cut around this. Give me a second. Woo! Don't overflow. Anyways, by the way, so far, look, I bet she's talented. You know, these are jokes. These are jokes. I bet she is 100% talented. She can sing. I've heard her sing. Okay, but I don't know. I don't vibe with her. Like I don't vibe with her actions. Her actions make me not like her. But like, I recognize talent. All right, I recognize talent. She's got talent. All right, and if she wasn't a crazy nutball, I'd support the artist again. And I can separate the art from the artist, so I can acknowledge that, hey, she can sing. All right, but I cannot look. I kind of already know what Cynthia has done due to her other, like, you know, this, but this is, I have not seen this video. Letting you guys know, I have not seen this video. I know her controversies because it was all over the damn internet, and that's when she did the play about Jesus. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. And she looked demonic in that, so it's like, yeah, no. No, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy right there. No.
13 takes of this, and that was the best one I got. Was born in London in 1987, one of two children born to a pair of Nigerian refugees. The marriage didn't last for long though, and her parents separated when she was just a few years old, leaving her mother to raise both kids by herself.
Relatable.
Like so many others in this series, she developed an interest in performing arts from a young age and soon found herself performing in stage shows at school. She'd go on to study musical psychology. What kind of made up bullshit degree is that?
A liberal arts degree, alright? A liberal arts degree. She's liberal. Honestly, I mean, shit, I almost got a degree in freaking audio engineering. That's lame. But, you know, I get it. I get it. At least it's not a doctorate.
Before transferring to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts and graduating in 2010 with a degree in acting instead.
Hey, she's a certified actor. Good for her. Good for her. She's a certified actor.
Stage shows and bit parts in British TV followed, gradually building her profile over the next few years, but it was her Broadway debut in The Colour Purple that really put her on the map. The production and Erivo's performance as Keely won rave reviews in the New York Times, who wrote, Miss Erivo's sobering and stirring portrayal of Keely in a rapturously reviewed revival of The Colour Purple has brought the kind of praise that can change a performer's career. And change it did. Soon she was getting showered with awards and positive coverage, and pretty soon, Hollywood began to take notice.
Purple rain, purple rain. What's with the acrylic nails? Like, okay, maybe... okay, hold on. Let's use... okay, we'll use my comb as an example. Ladies, if your nails are longer than this, and can the camera pick it up? Let's see. Can the camera pick it up? My camera's not caught up yet. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? Oh, okay. So I can see it. So if your nails are as long as this, red flag. But if your nails are as long as this, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. This? No. This, yes. How's it functionally possible? You know, like the long the top of the computer. No. I'm sorry, ladies. I don't agree with that. I know it's your fashion and all that, but
her film,
honey, I'm not gonna pay for your nails.
Debut came in 2018 with the thriller Bad Times at the El Royale. The movie didn't do great business, in fact it was a fucking flop, but it did get decent reviews, and more importantly it showcased Erivo's acting range, proving that she could hold her own.
She looks so pretty with long hair, honestly, she does.
against experienced talent like Jeff Bridges, Chris Hemsworth, and John Hamm.
Those guys are
Her
talented.
starring role as Harriet Tubman the following year was more successful, bringing in a decent $44 million against a $17 million budget, and bagging Erivo 2 Academy Award nominations, one for Best Actress
she has
and
hair, she
another
looks
for
pretty.
Best Original Song. Young Cynthia was moving.
What the heck is that hairstyle? What the heck is that hairstyle? Ugh. 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 If maybe it feels longer and blonde, yeah, but short, nah.
Up in the world and fast. A sharp new talent with an intense presence on screen, undeniable singing ability, and the kind of edge that comes from growing up in tough circumstances. It wasn't all
What the
smooth
hell?
sailing though. Attempts to move her into big budget action sci-fi territory with the disastrous 2021 movie Chaos Walking proved two things. One, Daisy Ridley absolutely wasn't a box office draw, and two, even Cynthia Erivo, talented as she was, couldn't make every project work.
Honestly, I did not watch this movie, but Tom Holland in a movie like this, crazy. Like, that's Spider-Man right there. And you got Daisy Ripley, who played what was her Star Wars character name? Rey. My opinion, they just used the cast wrong. The story was used wrong. If they just didn't do the story the way they did, and they did a more original take to it, maybe it would have been a better idea. But nah. I think in order for Daisy to gain redemption with Star Wars, I think she needs to do she needs to do some voice acting for the Star Wars animation, or they need to make a show that or redo she needs to do a show for Star Wars, or they need to redo the movie. Holy moly! That burp threw me off.
Needle in a Time Stack, another sci-fi project released the same year, was another disappointing flop that didn't do anyone any favours. 2022's Pinocchio, the big-budget animated movie that was supposed to showcase her singing talents, was another massive critical and commercial disaster.
If that is my fairy godmother, I'm getting the shotgun. Hell no. No. That's horrid. I would run to the hills, and I would not look back. If I was Pinocchio, I would just run for the hills of Italy, the Alps, and just don't look back. Do not, and I don't care if people see me as a puppet and like, oh my god, a walking toy. I can't with this. Like, no. She doesn't take teeth. She takes the hair. Oh my gosh, that's funny. She's the hair fairy, and she has no hair. No wonder why she takes hair.
Earning 6 Golden Raspberry nominations. Stung by this trio of failures, she retreated into low-budget dramas for her next movie, Drift, about a Liberian refugee trying to make a new life for herself that racked up the usual round of critical praise from
So pretty with long hair, I'm just saying.
the dozen or so people that bothered to see it, but otherwise came and went with barely a ripple. Things were looking pretty grim for Cynthia Erivo. Just a few years in, and her acting career was at a dramatic low point, her momentum derailed by a bunch of high-profile failures that weren't necessarily her fault, but guilt by association is a pretty big deal in Hollywood. Nothing seemed to be working, and if you're attached to too many stinkers in a row, pretty soon casting agents stop returning your calls.
True.
But as it turned out, something big was coming. Wicked, based on the wildly successful stage show that was based on Gregory Maguire's 1995 novel, which was a reimagining of the original novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
If you want to have a nice date and all that, take your lady to a show like a musical, and just buzz out for a bit, tune out, and trust me, you will get some action at the end of the night. South Park proved it, and also anecdotal, it happened to me. All right, take a lady out to a musical, you're gonna get action. Just saying. Dating advice, buy Uber. It's shitty, you don't have to follow it, but hey, this is anecdotal.
Oh, Fuck me, we really are screwed as a culture, aren't we? Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, Wicked. So, Cynthia was cast as main character Elphaba alongside Ariana Grande as Glinda, who at the time was one of the biggest pop acts in the world, with aspirations to transition into acting. Probably because the big 3-0 was looming, and it's kinda hard to stay relevant as a pop star when you're old enough to be a mother to half your audience. But fuck it, this was the big opportunity that Cynthia had been waiting for. A leading role in a big budget musical, based on a wildly successful stage show, with a huge inbuilt fan base and all the global coverage she could ever ask for.
I'll be honest with you, if they did The Wizard of Oz now, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like prequels and I don't like sequels, and I'm just saying you can't beat the classics.
This was the movie in which she would finally plant her flag and declare to the world, I'm here, motherfuckers. And boy did she ever. The first signs of trouble came in October 2024 when the poster for the movie was unveiled for the first time. It was a bit different from the musical poster in a number of very important ways that arguably harmed the image and changed the entire tone of what it was trying to get across. So, one enterprising fan on Twitter took the liberty of releasing an altered version that was closer to the classic stage poster.
Honestly, that's badass. The fact that some fan did this, they made it close to the poster, that's freaking cool, man. That shows that you have a fan base. That shows that, hey, culturally, people want to see it succeed. If you got some random fan do that, that's awesome. That's awesome. And they did it for free. They did it for free. So they're promoting your film for you. That's a W.
And pretty soon it began to pick up traction online. Now, most other actors would have done one of two things in this situation: complimented the fan for their work and used it as a chance to promote the film, or just ignored it and let it fizzle out.
I'll do the first
Cynthia, on the other hand, took a different approach and absolutely spurred out about it in a lengthy Instagram rant. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posing the question, is your green?
Is it green? Is it green? I wonder. Does the carpet match the drapes? Oh, no, wait. Does the wallpaper match the carpet? I'm trying to think of a million jokes, but they're all inappropriate. Oh my gosh. Oh. Bro. That is a wild that is a wild statement. Is your coochie green? Wallpaper, exactly. I know. I have so many fucked up jokes I can't say live on stream. It's not appropriate, and I don't want YouTube to, like, you know, freaking age restrict this video. This is one of those things where it's like the internet does what internet does, and she did it to herself. I don't think anyone, look, I'm just saying, I don't think anyone asked her that question, because why would you get offended over this?
None of this is funny, none of it is cute, it degrades me, it degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I'm a real-life human being who chose to look down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is a homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Jesus Christ, lady, calm the fuck down. What started out as an innocent piece of fan art made with good intentions was being treated as an assault on her very existence.
It's her narcissism. It's her narcissism. Her ego got pinched with that one because like she thinks that the posters all like it's showing all of her eyes, all that. She wants her eyes to be seen, but because they covered up her eyes, it pinched her ego. It obviously her narcissism got pinched, or I don't know there's a word. I'm not that smart when it comes to that shit, but her ego got pinched. Obvious.
Like it was some kind of national emergency that everyone needed to jump in and save her from. The fan backlash was swift and condemning, and even Cynthia was eventually forced to backpedal on the issue. It wasn't necessarily a clapback, because I think I'm really protective of the role. I am passionate about it, and I know the fans are passionate about it, and I think for me it was just like a human moment of wanting to protect little Elphaba. It was a human moment. I probably should have called my friends, but it's fine.
Real quick, she said it's a human... Let's backtrack a bit. She said it's a human moment. What? Why is she referring it like that? Like all you had to say is, "Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's just I didn't understand or like I didn't understand what you were trying to do. Your intentions. I thought they were bad." But why does she go like? Why did she say it was a human moment? Humans don't react that way to that shit. No, that's not a human. That's not a human moment. That's not, all right? It's not even close. You overreacted, you got triggered, you got butthurt, and that is like Hollywood problems right there. Or Hollywood elite problems right there. Like, come on, man. Come on, get in touch with reality.
It was a human moment. I probably should have called my friends, but it's fine.
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
It turns out it wasn't fine though, and it was the first sign that something was not quite right on planet Cynthia. And believe me, there was plenty more to come.
What the hell was that outfit she was wearing? Ooh. Wait,
right on planet Cynthia. And believe me, there was plenty more.
What the heck kind of outfit is this? Ooh. Ariane's so pretty, but what is this out? What is with the hat? The hat is what throws me off. The dress is nice, but the hat? What the heck is the hat?
To come. Another thing that people began to notice during the publicity tour for the film was the change that had come over the two leading ladies. How can I put this? They were quite...
Look at back. She was hotter back then, and now what the heck is this? The muscles are cool, and the tattoos, but look at this. She was happier. You could tell she was happier. And this, she looks miserable. Happy, miserable. Before fame, after fame. Holy moly, there's a difference night and day. Holy moly.
Quite literally half the women they'd been before. Neither of them had ever been
big,
my God. But now there was no hiding the fact that they both looked fucking terrible.
They look anorexic.
Were emaciated and...
She looks anorexic. She is not mentally well. Oh my gosh. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. She does not look healthy. Is it Ozempic? Like or is it a vegan diet mixed with Ozempic? You need some protein, Ariana.
And frail, both physically and mentally. Their interviews looked more like a pair of Vietnam vets reliving traumatic memories of VC prison camps and horrifying torture sessions than a couple of millionaire actresses who starred in a lightweight candy floss musical together.
I can't wait for Hell Let Loose Vietnam. He made a Vietnam joke. I can't wait for that game. Coming soon.
They both have this wild, terrified look in their eyes, like the whole world is this nightmare hellscape waiting to swallow them up. It was fucking bizarre watching them cling to each other and cry their eyes out over the most mundane stuff imaginable, and it was hard to ignore the power dynamics at play there. Cynthia seemed to have this weird emotional stranglehold over Ariana Grande. Every time they went out together, she was always hovering over her like some abusive partner, coaxing her to say just the right thing, and making sure she doesn't let anything incriminating slip out. I don't pretend to know what kind of weird trauma bonding, mutually parasitic insanity was going on between those two, but if I had to sum up the concept of...
That's a Psy vampire right there. She's a Psy vampire, guys. That's what it is. She's a vampire. And a Psy one at that. Trust me, I'm a Van Helsing. I know what I'm talking about. I hunt vampires for a living. Alright? Actually, I hunt the supernatural. Okay? That's a Psy vampire if I've ever seen one. Okay? We need to take him out. I'm talking about in Van Helsing. in the movie. Go watch it. Hugh Jackman.
Of an unhealthy relationship with a single image, it would probably be this one right here. And while all this insanity was
Jesus!
going on, Cynthia was also busy with stage work. In this case, the musical Jesus Christ Superstar, where she played, you guessed it, the main man himself.
Right.
Now, I know there's a decent amount of artistic license with theatre productions, especially musicals, but come on, man.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it right here because this is kind of semi-close. Look at those freaking talons. Alright? Look at that, right? Right? You get okay, let's open up Google and look up Norse vor how do you spell Norse for Ratu? No. That's how you spell it. See, I don't know how to spell, guys. It's Nosferatu. Atu. And then let's go to images. And let's just click on this one. See? This is what she looks like. How do I expand upon that? Oh, nope, don't want that. Nope, don't want that. How do I zoom in? Sorry guys, I'm new to computers. It look like a vampire. Look at that. Look like a vampire. Look like that. That's what she looked like to me. That's scary.
Everyone involved must have known this kind of shit was practically begging people to clap back. You can couch this in all kinds of
Look at vampire! That's a vampire! Look at that! You can't. Those rats right there. That's a vampire.
fancy artsy fartsy terms if you like, but when you get right down to it, everyone can see it for what it is. Farming for outrage. The PR situation only got worse in the run-up to the release of the second Wicked movie, Wicked for Good. The gruesome twosome were back together on the PR trail again, looking sicker and more emotionally ravaged than ever. Now it was just becoming plain ludicrous. Every interview seemed to spawn 1,000 internet memes. Public opinion swung between laughing at their self-indulgent nonsense and genuine concern for their well-being, especially Ariana Grande, who seemed to be just barely holding on to her sanity. It got
Papa Meat had the best meme take of it. He did. Go watch Papa Meat's animation of the Ariana Grande Cynthia Irviro. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I apologize, Cynthia. Go look at that, and perfect imagery right there.
so bad that the studio allegedly had to scale back their public appearances because the more they cried and babbled nonsense at each other, the more it seemed to put people off the film. None of it really helped though, and Wicked for Good ended up underperforming compared to its predecessor, bringing in $230 million less and getting mixed reviews from critics. Did their weird antics and Cynthia's growing list of controversies put audiences off, or was it just a bad movie that couldn't ride the success of its predecessor? I'll let you decide. Either way, one thing was becoming increasingly clear. Cynthia Erivo was about as likable as a 1960s tower block.
I'll be honest with you, her personality is what kills it, and I would not go see a movie with her in it now that the veil has been shown, like the curtain behind the scenes. She's a complete annoying I'm gonna clean up my language. Vampire. Alright? I'm just saying. She doesn't come off as a cool person. I bet she doesn't vibe well. And those nails are too long. She needs to cut them. At least get normal, girly nails. But other than that, I mean, I bet she could sing. I bet she could sing, and I bet she can act. But her personality's dog water. Okay? Just saying.
She was practically a masterclass in audience alienation at this point. Every interview was just another self-aggrandizing pity party where she tried to paint herself as the tortured, misunderstood genius, the victim of a hateful and ignorant world that just couldn't accept her brilliance.
No, they could have accepted her, but she didn't accept herself.
No apologies, no self-reflection, not even a trace of humility, just endless excuses and cope. In an industry built on the superficial appearance of likability, Cynthia Erivo wasn't just self-deluded, she was self-sabotaging. And the sad thing about all of this is that she's clearly not without talent. She can definitely sing, she can act, and if she wasn't so stuck up her own arse and obsessed with her own persona, she probably would have been well on her way to the Hollywood A-list by now.
It's her ego. She has an inflated ego that is really high.
So what has become of her instead? Well, she recently appeared in a stage production of Dracula where she played every single character in the fucking story.
She played in a vampire movie? She's not beating the allegations, guys. She's not beating the allegations. She's a vampire. She's a vampire.
Honestly, man, I can't imagine a worse way to spend several hours. Well, maybe stuck on a long-haul flight between Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler.
It's Hollywood, baby.
I mean,
It's Hollywood, baby. We're retarded.
she does at least have a role in Children of Blood and Bone releasing next year, but it's anyone's guess whether that movie's gonna succeed. The market for such things isn't exactly thriving at this point, and if it flops, that could well be the end of Cynthia Erivo's short-lived adventure in Hollywood. And if it flops, that could well be the end of Cynthia.
Is it green? I wonder. I want to know if it's green now because she did it to herself. Is it green? And by the way, she's able to turn green. That's not pink. That's actually her true form. That's her true vampire form. All right, guys. That's her true vampire form. She could turn green.
Erivo's short-lived adventure in Hollywood. She just doesn't have the box office track record, the connections, the fan base, or even the popularity to weather a storm like that. And in the end, she's got nobody to blame for any of those things but herself. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Okay. Guys, let's be honest, that shit is insane, alright guys? That shit is crazy. The fact of the matter is, she's a vampire, obviously, guys. It's obvious, she's a vampire, a Psy vampire at that. She drains and sucks the energy and good out of a person, and what she does is she uses that power, and it enhances her talent. And her talent becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger until she's all powerful and all knowing. And that's what happens when you deal with a Psy vampire. Alright? You gotta watch out for the Psy vampires. They'll get you. Okay? Normal vampires, they're easy to spot. They look gross and decrepit. But a Psy vampire, those are the ones that you have to watch out for. And when they lose their power, when they start losing their ego and their power, they turn green. And that's why that question arose. Is it green? The court's in your, or the ball's in your court, Cynthia. We, as Americans, and the world, and Hollywood want to know, is it green? Anyways, guys, like and subscribe. Godspeed! See you later.